Imagine someone who, as a kid, didn't even have enough money to pay rent, now becoming one of the richest and most beloved people in the world. No, this isn't one of those cliché motivational stories where everyone walks away smiling at the end. This one's full of failures, sleepless nights, frustration, and a few crazy decisions that changed the course of a lifetime. Before Dwayne Johnson was famous, his life looked nothing like it does now. As a kid, his family constantly moved from one place to another because they couldn't pay the rent. He once saw his mother crying in the middle of the street after being evicted. Right then, he promised himself, "I'm never going to let this happen again." But saying it is one thing, doing it is another. He grew up in Hawaii, a place everyone thinks is paradise, but for Dwayne, it was more like financial hell. So he turned to sports. He chose football, believing it could lead him to money and fame. After years of hard work, he got a scholarship to college and thought his future was set. But nope. After graduation, he entered the Pro League, only to get injured and kicked off the team not long after. Imagine all the dreams you've worked for disappearing in seconds. Dwayne went back to his family with just $7 in his pocket. That number burned into his memory, and years later he named his company $7 Productions, so he'd never forget that moment. When everything seemed over, he turned to something that might sound silly from the outside: professional wrestling. And no, he wasn't instantly welcomed. At first, fans booed him, thinking he was just some emotionless rookie. But Dwayne had a strategy: make his character real, joke with people, create his own catchphrases, and make sure people either loved him or hated him. The one thing they could never be was indifferent. Slowly, he became The Rock, the guy who could make a stadium explode just by raising an eyebrow. But even that wasn't enough for him. He said, "I don't just want to stay in wrestling, I want to go somewhere they'd never expect." That's how Hollywood came into the picture. His first movies? Disasters. Critics mocked him, saying, quote, "This guy isn't an actor." Many would quit right there, but not Dwayne. For him, every failure was just training. He took acting classes, speech lessons, even dance, whatever it took to prove himself in the film industry. Gradually, he moved from small comedy roles to big-budget action films. Then came Fast and Furious, and from there was no turning back. Now, he earns $20 minus $30 million per film, has multi-million-dollar endorsement deals, owns his own clothing and beverage brands, and still wakes up earlier than anyone to train. He says his success isn't just about working hard, it's about finding a way even when everything's against you. This isn't just the story of a strong man, it's the story of someone who learned that the strongest muscle in the body is the mind. Dwayne knew he could either play the victim or change the game. He chose the second, and that's how a kid with $7 became a man the whole world knows.